So my topic for today's speech was idolism, and idolize. So from the past few weeks, we are like I am studying and going through this topic and reading all the articles available online, and what I observed in my daily life, like how people behave and how people idolize, and what are their meanings regarding this topic. So whatever I came across, I will share with you all in this thing. So starting with the first slide, which is idols and definition and stages of development. So the first question arises is like, who are idols according to us and according to the other people? So the most common definition is basically an idol is someone who is admired and respected very much. And if we go through online, we can find the definition which states that idols are objects of extreme devotion. And in each case, it is clear that followers love, respect, and adore their idols. So the definition of an idol is more or less straightforward, but it is impossible to make a list of every possible idol a person might have. So that's because different people believe in different things, and it nurtures completely different values. So they cannot idolize one person uniformly. So while talking to people, I got to know that people have different stages when creating an image of an idol. So the first idol, when people make an idol in their life, are their own parents. So most of the kids idolize their parents until they grow older and realize their flaws. So as a we also feel in my childhood that my father is the strongest person in the world till I saw him doing till I saw someone who is doing something which my father can't. So after that, I go to the next stage and make my peers my idol. So when children become more independent, they are likely to idolize peers who are popular one way or another. Like if someone is playing guitar and I don't know how to play guitar, I will idolize that person or maybe someone else. The third stage is celebrities. So the next stage sees the worshipping of celebrities such as athlete or pop star. And then comes the leaders. When kids become grown-ups, they begin believing in strong leaders like politicians, scientists, and religious gurus. So this is the case with many members of the uh, the research session services because they adore their favorite novelist and poets. Like I can see a lot of people idolize J.K. Rowling and other writers. And in the end, no, the last stage will be the no idols when most of the people end up having no idols whatsoever. Now, the second slide says that reasons why we need an idol. So the reasons could conclude are so the first example is idols do something which we can't. So the main reason why we believe in idols is the fact that they can do something we consider huge and amazing. An idol is simply a person who is capable of doing something you would really like to, but always fail to achieve. So in these circumstances, our idols' victories become our own as we idolize our Indian cricket team or something. So when they win some match or some World Cup, we all rejoice in their victory. Now the second reason is idols validate your point of view. So when your idol does something incredible, uh, he or she confirms that you and your point of view are right. So they validate your way of thinking and proves that you are not wrong. So such a realization gives people enormous encouragement and thus making them feel proud and fulfilled. The third reason is idols teach you important lesson. An idol is not someone who goes through life easily and effortlessly. And we often admire individuals who achieve something against all odds. So it's a big lesson for every person because we need to understand that even our favorite have to face and overcome difficulties every now and then. Fourth reason is idols reminds you that everyone fails. So this reason goes hand in hand with the previous one. Idols can fail just like you do, but the key distinction is that they are able to stand up and start all over again successfully. For example, I was reading this article in so there was Michael Jordan was saying कि I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games, and 26 times I have been trusted to take the game-winning shot and I missed. I have failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Now, the fifth reason is idols, they solve problems. So, unlike everyday people, idols are actually able to solve real world problems. This is one of the main reasons why we love them. For instance, prominent authors can quickly create reviews on essay writing services, while average content creator needs weeks to do the same job. And if we see the farmer protest, which is going on currently, we can see the Punjabi singers who are very prominent in India. They are supporting and raising their voice in the support of farmers, so that the protest can get a highlight over the media and all over the world. The next reason is idols inspire people. So with all of their uh, action and achievements, idols also represent an inspiration for common people all over the world. And of course, it doesn't mean you should expect to do the same thing just as effectively, but it can give you encouragement to keep fulfilling your own dreams. And the last reason is idols helps you become the best version of yourself. So we are all trying to imitate our heroes and act the way they do. So if our idol is humble and modest, you will probably embrace the same qualities. And if your hero is strong, you will probably start exercising. So the point is simple: we trust our idols and use their examples as the reason to change and improve. And it is a great source of inspiration that should help us to become the best version of ourselves. Now the next slide is about the our illusion of role models, heroes and idols. Like why some people do it to go to such extreme level that they can't even listen about the bad things about their idols. So my point on this is that the choice of role model is entirely in the eye of beholder and highly personal. Your chosen idol might be someone I dislike, and my role model might be your scoundrel. Um, so, in extreme form of hero worship, we see deep attachment to a charismatic individual who might represent an intense belief system. So, uh, in the mind of impressionable young adults, the leaders were close to perfect, and they were even attributing to them like superhumans abilities and wisdom. So whether our role models are creative people who contribute to human progress and quality of life, or other who provide us with entertainment and stimulation, to put any outstanding individual or pedestal of perfection is fraught with the spectral of disillusionment. So there are no perfect people. Our role model may have impressive characteristics and talents which can sweep us away, but we inevitably learn they have weakness and faults. And these people are complicated, just like our life itself. So at times it feels like a smooth path of pleasure and accomplishment, and at others it's more like a rough trail of sadness and conflict. And each of us is a metaphor of our species. So at our best, we human are inspiring, but we can also be destructive. So it is with our role models, heroes, and idols. We seem to need these figureheads to give us some stability during challenging or frenetic times. So when people have role models to look up to, they feel comforted, at least for a while. Uh, but all worship of any one person inevitably leads to disappointment. So we can admire and even emulate aspect of accomplished or outstanding people, but hero worship and attributing to them unrealistic personal trait or power is a fool's errand destined to disappointment. Thank you.